Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leathercraft, and this is the Leather Element. If you've got a good question for us or a good idea for a Leather Element, drop it in the comment box below. Shop tricks seem to be quite popular. Let's do that again. We've got 7 more basic shop tricks. Hopefully there's something in here that's going to help you out. Whenever I say a blade box, I always get the same response. Well, I keep my blades in a box. Actually, I'm talking about blades on the other end, once they're used. So I should say a dead blade box or maybe a used blade box. But this is going to do a couple of things for me. First off, I know exactly where my sharp blades are, and I know exactly where my dull blades are. They're not floating around on my table under tools or leather, or worse, in my trash can. I have to stick my hand in there to retrieve something I've thrown away, which unfortunately is quite common. But also, once we fill this up, and I'm not kidding, this could be a decade or more, tape the hole, throw it in my trash can, again, we're safe. Last cool point, I've got a friend that's a drywaller. Giving him a box of blades that I can no longer use, that is like a Christmas gift to him. If we need to get our oil changed, we can go to any given mechanic, 20-minute process at best. If we're going to change our oil, could be an afternoon process. The point I'm getting at is the mechanic set up and ready to go. Let's do the same thing with an inexpensive toolbox. A lot of us work in smaller spaces. It's a craft. That's part of it. But with this is my die box. I have got everything in this box that I need to die. Got all my dies, paints, daubers, deglazer, top coats, bins, gloves. And notice too, here's the biggest point. I am now set and ready to die a project in about 20 seconds. Great point too. Inexpensive plastic toolbox. And if I have a leak in here, you know what? Goes from a disaster to an I don't care. I tend to mark most of my tools with tape for a couple of good reasons. First off, when I do a show or a demo, mine, okay, right? But secondly, my tools always end up in a pile next to where I'm working. What I have to do is look at the head on each tool, figure out what's what. So what I can do is mark my primary, my basic 6 with my yellow, that stands out. Secondly, common sizes. That's a 1.5 inch round end, 1.5 inch English point. So I can find the tool I need more easily. And settings. I set my groovers, both of these marked in orange, set to 1/8 of an inch. So simple duct tape, there's all kinds of great colors. Don't use the camo because you'll never see your tools, but all kinds of great colors. And this is simply gaffer's tape. I'm at a studio production shop from time to time, and they always have the gaffer's tape. Right here, my knife. Now I've got several knives, but that's my primary knife. There's nothing more frustrating to me than being right in the middle of cutting a project and my blade is dull. So, inexpensive enough to keep 4 or 5 of these in my shop. I'll keep them in a box. Let's change all those blades at one time. So when I'm making that cut and I've got a dull blade, set it aside, pick up another one. That train of thought is not going to derail. For shapes that we commonly cut, we can use a piece of paneling. This is just paneling that would go in our basement or our garage. Cool thing about this is we can cut this with our box knife. We don't need a jigsaw. It's going to take a couple of passes, but now what I can do is simply lay that down, press that, and I can cut straight from my pattern. In fact, this is the pattern for the 6x6 inch drawstring pouch. So let's press that down, clean blade. This takes out the need, or at least one step, of having to mark our pattern. And this is particularly great for larger pieces and panels. So therefore, perfect piece each time, every time. We use wax thread for hand sewing leather, and it's great for a number of reasons. But part of the downside is that my eyes on my needles are always getting clogged up with wax. So let's do this. Let's just hit it very quickly with a lighter, rub a rag across that. Those eyes are empty and ready to take some thread. Now, we've got deglazer, we've got contact cement in our shop, so let's be a little careful there, but great way to clean out those eyes. Now, I saved this for last because there are so many aspects to this. I'm going to do my best to try to mention everything. We're going to make lace. Lace is expensive, and we can't always find lace to match the hide we're working in. So what I'm going to do, every time I get in a side or a hide or a double shoulder, I'm going to cut a 2-inch swatch or band off the spine of that hide. Now, I'm not going to miss 2 inches. But now I have a straight edge to work from, okay? Working from that, I can cut this band into lace. Now I can cut and scoot, or I can use our lace cutter. This is a great tool. We've got a video on it. But the outcome there is this. If I've got a 2-inch piece, I'm cutting 1/8 inch lace in this, I'm going to get 16 pieces out of that. So out of a double shoulder, maybe 50 inches in length, or a side, 80 or 90. So therefore, I've got between 53 and 120 feet of lace. And to me, it's almost free because I'll never miss that 2 inches. But also, we can cut whatever width we want. We can cut a single width, multiple widths, doesn't matter. What we now have is a matching lace for whatever project we pull out of this hide, and what we don't use goes on my shelf in my shop, and it's ready whenever I need it. Whether you're new at leather or a seasoned pro, I hope there's something here that's going to help you out in your shop. As always, thanks for taking time to watch The Leather Element. Good luck with your projects.